what's up YouTube? So there's a bit of a video I want to make here. So I was thinking about this for the past few hours, I guess, or whatever like that. So the Switch, it is out, it is here, and people are saying it's rushed. And my answer to that is, well, no shit. See, I was, for the longest time, I was a proponent of the fact that the system should come out holiday season of 2017. I always thought that either summertime at the earliest or fall. And I know fall might be like a weird time to bring it up, by holiday season because, yes, I understand Nintendo needed something out there in the home console market or whatever and stuff like that. But my thought on the matter was that, this system cannot be rushed. I mean, the Wii U itself seemed kind of rushed. They needed an HD system out there to compete with the PS4 and the Xbox 360. And they didn't count on the fact that right around the corner would be a PS4 and Xbox One at the time. And I always thought this thing should have been out fall of this year, 2017. And I always said that. I argued with people about that. I've gotten heated arguments about it. I was saying, dude, this system needs to come out later this year. Or at the time, I said late 2017. I know a lot of people were like, oh, back when it was called the NX, people were like, oh, it needs to come out now. It needs to come out yesterday. It needs to come out last week. It needs to come out 2 minutes after I finish this sentence. I mean, people were just out there they're like, this system, the NX, has to come out now. Nintendo needs it now. And I remember just sitting there going, guys, people, remember what happened with the PS4 and Xbox One. I still believe they came out a year too early myself. I still think that. They came out in 2013. I didn't think they should have. I thought there's no way they're going to be dumb enough to release these two systems in 2013. Boy, was I fucking wrong on that one. I ate shit on that one. I said that years ago back in 2012. I said they can't possibly bring these systems out in 2013. There's no way. And, well, that was embarrassing when I was wrong. So, I was fine. And people were like, you were wrong. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I see that I was wrong, okay? I was hoping that that they would hold off another year, but hey, here we are. And if you need further proof that I was right and they should have waited one more year, we now have the PS4 Pro, and the Scorpio is on its way. I mean, this whole generation of remastered games, they remastered the damn systems as well, I think the PS4 and the Scorpio are basically what they would have come out with if they waited one more year. But Nintendo came out with the Wii U, they panicked for some reason, and where we are now. So that's when I was like, guys, remember what happened? Remember what happened when PS4 and Xbox One came out? There weren't that many games for that one either, and they tried to offset the lack of games releases with remasters in a hopes that they would distract most of the public that, oh yeah, this game is remastered. And then everybody's like, see, these systems has games, the Wii U has no games, but these systems have games, even though they're games that came out some less than a year ago, but it still has games. And now here we are now with the obvious rush job that was the Switch, or that is a Switch. It's still missing some features. The online is, I don't think it's there yet. There's a bunch of features that were probably going to come with it that aren't on there yet. There's not even a web browser. I mean, at the very least, I think it should have came with a web browser. I mean, is that too much to ask? The eShop is there, but it's barely anything. There's barely shit. There's a couple of new releases, and they released some Neo Geo games, which I think is kind of cool, by the way. So, but yeah, so the eShop is still kind of blah there. There's nothing really there. You got the two games that's on there. I'm sure they'll come out with other apps throughout the year. I know it's gonna happen, but I just think. Like I said, I don't give a shit if they put Netflix on there or not. People are mad they didn't put Netflix. Fuck Netflix. I got Netflix on 80,000 different fucking things. I don't need another thing that plays Netflix, okay? Fuck Netflix. The browser, while I don't really miss it, I think is something that should be there. Currently, the thing is on friend codes. I think that's actually temporary. Everybody's acting like, oh, friend codes are back. Sort of they are, but at the same time, I do believe that further in the future, there will be different ways. I think friend codes right now I could be wrong, I don't know. friend codes is like the placeholder for whatever like that. The online, they will charge us for us, and guess what? The fall. Around, I don't know, holiday season. Just throwing that out there, I'm just saying. Everybody's mad now because the thing is rushed. And I'm not talking about the system defects that people are suffering. That's going to happen either way. This system could have come out in November or whatever, and guess what? There still would have been defective units. That always happens. Whenever a system comes out, people get defective units. It fucking happens. It's sad. It sucks. I feel bad for those people because they were looking forward to this thing. They spend like hundreds of dollars on it. They open the box and the thing just fucking fries on them. And everybody acts like because it happened to that person, it's happening to everybody. It's like, oh, that guy's Wii is broken, so Nintendo released nothing but broken system. I mean, the same thing fucking happened when the PS4 came out. People were saying like it was overheating, it was catching on fire, it was blowing up, it was sprouting legs and running up people's front doors. I don't know, some shit like that. They were over-exaggerating the fact that there were defective units. I mean, like I said, it happens. There's always going to be defective units no matter what product comes out. It sucks, and I hope Nintendo is planning on compensating those people some way, that either replace their system or whatever. I know there's a couple problems there, like the dead pixel thing, which Nintendo, what the fuck are you talking about with that one? Well, that's normal. I don't think it is. I'm not a tech person by any means, but I'm pretty sure dead pixel is not really a thing you should defend as a normal. I'm just throwing that out there. Like I said, I get it. I know there's issues, like technical issues here and there. That's always going to happen. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the lack of features that are there that we know are coming and probably would have been there if the thing was like released a little later. Like I said, I always thought it should have been released 2017. I've said it in videos in the past. Go look for them. I don't remember which ones they were, but they're in there somewhere. They're fucking in there somewhere. I just go back in my playlist. I know I have a couple of thousand videos or some shit like that, or over 1,000. I don't know. But anyway, my point is, it's like all these people running them out, saying how rushed the system is, and I'm like, duh. There are people out there who told you this was going to fucking happen. I know I'm not the only person who said this, by the way. I'm pretty sure there are many people bigger than me who probably told you that the Switch should probably wait a little while before it comes out so we don't rush it to market and don't end up with where we are now. And that's exactly what fucking happened. So, look, I'm not saying I'm innocent here. I told myself that I was going to wait, and nah, fuck me, I went out and bought it day one because, what's the line? Hypocrisy is civilization's greatest virtue. Okay, that's like a line from Grand Theft Auto. That's like my favorite line now from Grand Theft Auto. So I like using that term. I like using that line a lot. So yeah, basically, it's like, yeah, guys, of course it's rushed. Like a lot of people said, yeah, maybe wait. People want this thing to come out in 2016. Like, oh, it needs to come out holiday 2016. It will be out. People were just absolutely 100% sure this system was coming out. When it was called the NX, they were 100% sure this thing was gonna be out holiday 2016. And they were dead saying it's coming. No proof whatsoever. They were just it will be out 2016 of this. I'm like, guys, even if it does, it's a bad idea. Really, just not a good idea to do that. Just don't do that. Don't rush it out. And now here we are with the Rush console that is missing features that, I'm pretty sure came standard with when the Wii U came out. I don't remember if the Wii U had a browser day one either, or the Wii for that matter. I just a while back, but anyway, like I said, now a lot of systems they come out and they at least have the browser, which I think should have been on the Switch. For a few different reasons. One being that, if you're taking your Switch to a public place with public Wi-Fi, usually it requires you to open the browser to get in there, to get in that Wi-Fi. So that's a thing. That's a thing. But, whatever. Like I said, yes, the system was rushed. I told you this would be a problem and that you should probably wait till 2017, but nobody wanted to believe me. And now here are all these people complaining about how the system was rushed. Gee, if only there were other people out there who thought maybe releasing it at the beginning of the year might not have been the best idea.